There are a couple more things we need to look at to complete covering text objects in general, to enable you to completely set up your own selection screens for your programs. And these are text symbols and messages. So what are these? Well, text symbols we use to replace literals in our program. For example, when we use the write statement, we can choose to use text symbols, which will enable us to reuse text we have already set up, and it gives us the added functionality of being able to use translated text within our program. So basically, we stay away from using any hard-coded literals in our program and use text symbols instead. Now let me go back into SE38 and we'll have a look at our program. And we'll discuss, well, what are text symbols? Well, quite simply, they are just placeholders for text. Instead of having a write statement such as, let's see, write, new line, surname as a title, we can use a text symbol instead. And we would do this by creating our write statement again, but instead of having a literal saying surname, we would say use text dash and then a number. And this represents a text symbol that we can set up. Now it's important you take note how the text symbol is declared. You must use text, which is this word here, followed by a 3-digit number. You are allowed to use up to 1,000 text symbols in your program, of which each one can be translated into as many languages as you wish. Now there is a limitation to the length of a text symbol, and that's 132 characters. But as you can imagine, that's probably enough for any situation you'll come up against. Now we have already seen how to get to text elements by using the menus when we had a look at selection text. But there is also another way we can get to it, and that's by using forward navigation. So because I have just used this text 001, I can use forward navigation just like when we did with creating a database table. You know, when we created the data elements and the fields, we use forward navigation to actually create objects. We can do the same here. So all I need to do is double click this text 001. And now the system says, do you want to create the object? We choose yes. And yes, we'll save the program first so we don't lose it. And now it takes us straight into our text element screen. You can see it's using the code 001 that we defined in the program, and now all we need to do is enter some basic text into this field. Now previously we used surname as our text, so let's do the same. Let's just use surname. The field here on the right, D length, that's just the length. I've just pressed enter, and that's just the length of the text that we've keyed in. And the field on the far right is the maximum length. So let's activate this object. And now we can step back to our program. And what I'll do just in this example, let's just remove this select statement. What else have we got in the program? That's fine, we'll leave the selection screen in. And we'll run this report, and then you'll see the word surname output twice. First by our write statement, outputting a literal, and then by us using the text symbol. I'll activate the program, press F8, click execute, and there you can see surname is output twice. First by the literal, and then by our text symbol. So as you can see, text symbols are super easy to define and set up. And I advise you do use them wherever you can, because if you ever need to change any text that you output on the screen, you can just change the text symbol value without having to recompile your program. And plus, it has the added benefit of allowing you to use translations for other languages.